Steve Beers, the Growth Coach, Texas Panhandle, back with another Monday Minute. And as I promised last week, this one's called From the Mouths of Babes. And this might seem a little odd, but I'm going to show you a picture here of just a few kids. These happen to be some of my grandchildren. This is Ethan. This is Bryson. This is Manny. This story contains those three. This happens to be my granddaughter, Alyssa. But it's really about these three. These two boys are twins. They're 8. This young man's 1 year behind them. Ethan is kind of the thought-provoking one. He's always got something funny to say. Bryson's kind of Dennis the Menace. And Manny just kind of sits back and does his own thing. Well, the other day they were having this conversation, and Bryson says, this is impossible. It's impossible. And Manny said, yeah, you're right. It's impossible. And Ethan looks at both of them and says, it's not impossible. In fact, impossible actually says, I'm possible. I am possible. He said, I saw that on a box somewhere, but, there's nothing impossible if it says I'm possible. And Manny, being Manny, looks up at Ethan and says to Ethan, well, what do you think? Do you think we can do it? And he goes, here's what I know. You're probably going to get in trouble for it, but I do know this. It's possible. From the mouths of babes, 8-year-olds, looking at the word impossible, understanding that in that word is the I'm possible, right? If you can think it, if you can dream it, you can make it happen. Apple didn't come around just by accident. It's what Steve Jobs thought about. I tell people in one of the classes I do all the time that in 1983, Steve Jobs talked about a tablet-type computer. He talked about being able to voice activate stuff. He had this grandiose vision. It took 30 years for that stuff to come to fruition. But in 1983, Steve Jobs saw it. He said, I'm possible. From the mouths of babes with my grandson Ethan, I think he's got a career in coaching, folks. I'm possible. There's nothing impossible if you believe you're possible. Thanks. Have a great day. We'll be back next week with another message and motivation. I'm the Growth Coach, Texas Panhandle.